We are live with Harlem's own BossedUp Staxx. We got some special guests on today. We about to get to the nitty gritty. So put your hands together and show your love for Harlem's own BossedUp Staxx.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We here, another episode of Boss Talk with me, myself, and my sister, Miss Cicely. Talk to the people, introduce yourself.
My name is Cecily. I'm a mother of four beautiful children that run me ragged. No, I'm playing. But I have a business named Janai Specialties, and it deals mostly with um, party supplies and party events or any event that I make things that are um, that cater to exactly what you need for the party, or I just replicate something that you want. It's basically creating your own experience for any kind of event or party.
How did you get started with that?
I noticed that I was liking a whole lot of stuff that other people were making themselves, that they was handcrafting, and this was about 2010 and 2011. I've noticed that I just kept on buying this stuff, and I'm looking at it when I get it, and I'm like, I can make this. And when I started finding the supplies and everything that I needed to do, I went into a program with Verizon. Got a grant through Verizon to start up my business, and that's how I got started. And that was about 2011 that I started. It might have been 12, but I think it's 2011 that I started.
What made you put your business venture on hold?
Kids, I felt the need to take care of my kids first, and have money. Money is always the issue in between of what you need to do here and there to take care of your kids. So I stopped for a while, and now it's time for me to get it moving and get it pushing forward to be a big, not a corporation, but be a big experience.
So, you're not one of those parents that think that you should stop having a dream to give your kids one. You believe that you still have to live your dream to help your kids establish one.
Yes. Oh, yes. I think that they need to see me. I need to be an example, and they need to see me doing something, not giving up. Because they did see me in the beginning process, and I did give up. I kind of got discouraged, but then now it's time for me to push forward even more.
How important is it to you that your kids see you continue to strive even in struggle?
Oh, that's extremely important because I don't want them to think that once something difficult happens that they have to stop or they have to feel like it is a hindrance from them doing anything. I want them to keep on pushing forward and know that they can keep on pushing forward, that nothing should stop you at all. Just keep going, push forward and know that whatever you want to manifest is gonna come to.
Do you do you get encouraged a lot from your significant other?
Say that again.
Do you receive encouragement often from your significant other?
Yes, I do often. Sometimes he pushes me to do better, well, think better. I can't say do better, to think better, because I get discouraged sometimes, even now, though, even now that I want to push this forward, I still get discouraged a little bit because I see other people doing some of the similar things that I'm doing, and I'm like, they're excellent at it, but I know that I'm unique in my own way, so I just have to keep pushing forward, and he pushes me to do that.
Oh, okay. Is- and he's a business owner as well, right?
Yes, he owns his own real estate company and credit repair company.
So him being a business owner in itself is kind of inspiring to you, encouraging to you.
Oh yeah, because I see her keep on pushing forward and moving forward with with his business.
Do you when you see his business struggling and him pushing, does it allow you the space to understand that growth is possible?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I never seen him give up. You get upset, but not give up.
Okay. Well, let's talk about you, cause he's not important right now.
That's funny.
Ah ah. Don't tell him I said that. He might whip my ass. But
Oh.
um. So how do you create the balance um between being a parent and still trying to establish and platform your business?
Okay, just recently I had to get a planner so I can write everything out. I have to write down what's needed for the business and what's needed for the kids. What's the schedule for the kids and what's the schedule of the time frame that I have to make the things for the business. And I have to I like time is key right now. Every minute counts for me, every minute for everything I have to do for the kids, with schooling, with taking care of them, with making sure that they're fed, everything. It's a time frame that I have to put into a book so that I can make sure that it's all possible within each day and get enough sleep because I'm so tired right now. But I'm trying to do it
Right?
where I get enough sleep in between also. You breaking up?
Huh?
I didn't hear what you said. You broke up. I know you're still having a little bit of difficulties. Hello? I don't hear anything now. Oh, now it went out. Mm, looks like it's still going. Mm. Can you send that to me? All of them. All
You
right,
can hear me?
I can hear you better.
All right, yeah, we both back in. That was that was the Illuminati. They don't want you to get rich without them.
Ah, ain't that right?
Huh? The Illuminati don't want you to get rich without them. You ain't asked for permission.
Yeah, I don't need their permission.
But what I was saying was, the last thing I said was, it's important to be rested because a unrested mind is no mind at all.
That is completely true. Because you can't think clearly at all when you don't have enough rest.
I'm gonna ask you a few questions outside of your business as well, just to
Okay.
get your input on it. As a mom, you say four girls, the way the society is, you don't have to be a woman or a man. They didn't do justice to young, so they try to give parents hustle, money, money in life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no way that you can compare the two. But how do you feel raising kids here in America, knowing that there is no justice
Right
for
now, it's really hard.
us as humans?
That's really, really hard. It makes me cry sometimes. I get really, really sad and emotional. But then I also know that my kids are going to be strong and are strong. And just the little things that they comment on and how they say it, I know that they're going to be all right because they they're seeing the truth. They're reading behind the lines. They've seen it for what it is. They're not going along with just what's being said. They're not going like how my generation was, that what you're told is what's supposed to be done or what it is. They're questioning everything and they're asking like what's going on, why is this happening. So I think that they're going to be the ones to make a change, to start to make a change.
How important is it for you as a parent to teach your kids their history and not the history that these white people want us to know?
Oh, it's very important. I'm always teaching him them new things, all of them. As soon as I see that they could understand a little bit more than what's being taught in the schools, I'm always teaching them something more. I don't teach them just what's in the books, especially what I've learned, because I've learned a lot more now than what I've learned when I was in school in 2000. I graduated in 2000, and I'm learning so much more now than what they taught me in school. But I'm comparing it. You can see the different things that they taught you in school compared to what is really supposed to be in the books. And I'm like, well, this is what they're teaching in your class right now, but this is what happened with it. Some of it is true, but know that this is also what happened.
How do you feel about sending parents sending their kids back to school after all of this? Do you think that we should homeschool our kids?
I thought we should homeschool our kids even before this happened because the stuff that's being taught is not bettering you. Is making you learn stuff, but what are you learning? Is it something to make you a better person within this world so that we don't have to keep on having the same things happening over and over and over, especially in history? Or are you just learning? You basically being a robot in school right now. I think that you like this. We should have been taught a long time ago, but taught the right things.
Right. Do you think that parents that homeschool their kids get the credit um deserved,
No.
um or society has this stigma of if you're not sending your kid to school, it's automatically a ACS thing, or um you're not a fit parent kind of thing.
That's what the stigma is, that you're not a good parent because you're not putting your child in school. But then when you look at that child, you could see that that child is learning a little bit more and it's just different. You can see that. I've seen that at my kids' school. I didn't know that one of these kids that went to their after school was home taught until I listened to her talk. And I'm like, well, where did you learn that from? She's like, oh, my mom, I'm homeschooled. And I'm looking at her like, wow, that's awesome that you know that. I'm like, I'm teaching my kids that too, but you're homeschooled, so you're learning a little bit more. It's like instilled in you. You don't have the other teachers say, no, that's not it. That's not what happened. That's not what you're supposed to be taught, or it's not a stigma on her at all. She just knows the stuff and like this is what it is. This is what I was taught. You can research it too.
Right. Um, so as a business owner raising kids, do you feel like it's imperative to teach your kids how to be business owners so that they won't have to count on anyone?
Yes, it is imperative. I don't. My father raised me as being independent. It's kind of hard for me to rely on anyone else. So I'm teaching my kids the same thing, but I also teaching them also to that you need other people to help you get through things, but also be independent and know exactly what you want to do. If you don't want to take over my business, make up another business for yourself. Just you have to do something for yourself that it's yours, not work for somebody else and make somebody else rich. You're gonna make your own self rich, and you're gonna be happy with inside yourself, not just for the money, just because you feel like you're free. You're not having a leash to say, oh, you can't do. You only go this far. You can't do no more, and stay there, and you're basically stuck. I don't want them to feel stuck. I want them to feel like they could be creative in their own ways, express themselves in their own ways.
Right. So last week I was myself pretty much speaking about in our communities, right? You know, the hood, quote unquote, what they call it. Um,
Yeah.
in our communities, you go every 10 blocks, every 5 to 10 blocks, you'll see a check cashing place and a liquor store, right? But when you go
Yep.
further downtown in Manhattan, about 34th Street, 42nd Street, you see wine shops, you see banks, you don't see check cashing places, you don't see liquor stores. Um, do you feel like it's necessary for your kids to learn about that particular thing as well, so that they can understand how we allow them to poison us by embracing it?
Yes. Well, I've already taught my kids that. I let them see it. I bring them. I actually work in that area where I could walk to 34th Street if I wanted to, but I take the train, or I could walk to 42nd Street, and I let them see the different things. So I'm like, you see that this right here is something that we don't even have in our neighborhood. That's because they consider us as middle class or poor. So then they have it over here, or we're not going to be able to keep it up, or it's not. I'm just showing them all kinds of things. So, because how I was raised in the suburbs, upstate New York, really in the country. So I've
Shout
seen
out
the
to
city.
Upstate.
Yeah, well, Kingston, New York, very country, Lake of Train, very country. And from me seeing, from my dad bringing me from the city all the way up to upstate New York, and Lake of Train was the eventual place that we landed at. And seeing the difference from that and in city life, it opened up my mind to know that there's more things out there except for just what's in my block radius, my 4 block radius. It's more out there. It's not just that. So I try to let my kids see that also, and see it within your own neighborhood of what's going on. Don't don't box yourself in this little place. There's more to see. There's more that's out there.
As a parent, what kind of advice do you want to give a kid that's not yours but is yours in so many different ways? Because as parents, our responsibility is not just to the household. Because there was a time when they actually didn't just quote this; they actually meant it when they said it. It takes a village to raise a child. So, like, what kind of advice would you give these young adults that's going up, these kids that's going into teenagers and teenagers going into be young adults?
I believe that wholeheartedly that it takes a village to raise a child. I just was talking about that the other day. It really does. We shouldn't. How the society is today is like you can't talk to another a person's child. You can't say no. You can't look at them. You can't even tell them that they're doing something wrong or they're doing something right. Like you can't say anything. It's like you're walking on pins and needles. But it really takes a village to raise a child. You don't want your child to raise up and feel like that they can't do anything. Like you need other people around. They need to see things. They need to they just everyone needs love. Seriously. We need to raise our vibrations up so much more to love each other. Once we start loving each other more, we'll be able to have a better world. And that's not just saying it just to make it feel like it's all like a magical saying. No, it's not. It's really something that we really need to do. We really need to have love for more people, raise our vibrations up so that we all can feel better. Everyone's happy when you make somebody happy. Everyone does everything for you. They want to be around you. They want to do things for you. If we show love towards everyone, it will be like that all around, and this world will be so much better. We wouldn't have no kind of animosity, no kind of um um evilness towards each other, and nobody will be killing each other. Everybody will just love. Like, oh well, how would you feel if this happened to you? And then you think about it, and then you change your thoughts. Your thoughts are key. Manifest everything that you want through your thoughts. That's good, not bad. Good. Always raise your vibrations up by making good choices.
Right. So now here's something funny, right? I always told your husband this or whatever. I always told your husband that his kids is my kids, right? And he always was like, yo, listen, man, I appreciate that. Um, I knew your husband for about 26 years. And I
Yeah.
remember I always, I don't equate success to money, right? Like I don't need a certain level of fame to feel successful or to deem someone else as successful. So your husband is a guy that 26 years old, 26 years ago when I met him, he was a delivery boy in Domino's Pizza, right? He challenges me and two of my friends to a basketball game on a crate that was on the scaffold on my block. I'm from 148th and your husband is from 147th. So this is
Yeah.
my block. This is not his block. I don't care if I was 7 years old or not. You know what I'm saying? It's my block, right? So now, in the midst of this, we end up playing and I end up hitting the shot. And he was like, yo, listen, if y'all score one basket, y'all gonna get a free pizza. I'm gonna bring it to y'all. I went up in there every single day wanting my pizza. I'm not gonna lie. I hit the game winning shot, right? So this is the journey that I had the opportunity to see or whatever. I had the opportunity to see the journey of Wayne the delivery boy. Then I had the opportunity to see Wayne the manager. Then I had the opportunity to see Wayne in training to do real estate. When he was training, I was he was doing the training in my building actually, right?
Mhm.
Then in 2011, I got to see him as a real estate agent. I interned with him, under him, when he worked for Prudential in 2011. The state of New York at that time wasn't giving felons um, their real estate license. So I ended up becoming a certain level of discouraged, and I stopped doing real estate with him. And I went back into, my regular life, doing the things I like to do. And now I go back to prison in 2014. I come home and I get to meet Wayne, the real estate business owner, right?
Yeah.
And check it, he's not famous. He's not like Jay-Z. Like he's just Wayne to some people, right? But
Mhm.
he's successful. Like he's
Yeah.
successful, and I've had the opportunity to watch his transition. How you doing? I'm good. So I've had the opportunity to watch his transition from just a regular delivery boy to manager to this to that, and he don't know this. I hope he don't watch this interview because I don't want him to get big headed. You know your husband better than me. You know what I'm saying?
He
But
should be fine.
like, nah, but I look up to him because of those things. I've actually saw him in life just grow, and I respect that. I respect his success in that way. So I kind of brought that up for the purpose of, since we doing the interview, and I asked you a question about taking a village to raise a kid. For anybody out there that misequates the level of success based on fame, fame is fame and success is success. There's plenty of people that's famous but unsuccessful.
Yes.
All of y'all is famous,
Yes.
right? But if you was to equate success from a correct standpoint, you would understand that Wayne, like people like Wayne, are successful in their own right without the fame. And not only is he successful without the fame, but he gives back to the community
Yeah.
as a offering, as a testament that I didn't have to leave the hood to give back to the hood. Like I'm still here and I'm doing the same things that all of your quote unquote famous people are doing with less money.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes, and that's what I was gonna say. At your example of watching Wayne as he's growing in his business, that's kind of raising a village raising a child because you're seeing somebody that's an example of coming out of something that you were in and being successful, not famous but successful.
Right, right. It's
Yes.
like um it's like one of those things that you want to teach your kid how to raise the bar, right? So when I speak about different things when it come to Wayne, it's like Wayne doesn't live. I don't either. But just because we're speaking about him at this particular moment, and he's your husband, so I try to look at y'all in the same light, right? Like, cause God says, the Bible says, when you get married, the two become one flesh. So God doesn't look at y'all separately; He look at y'all as one.
Mhm.
So, um, but Wayne raised the bar so much that even in the midst of people looking at fame as success, quote unquote, Wayne's identity of success is exactly what he establishes, what he wants it to be. He sets the standard of success for himself and not what someone else would have it to be.
Yep.
So
Yep.
for any parent out there that watches this and any parent that allows their kid to see this interview, you should let your kid know that they have to set the bar for what
Yes.
success is and make it something that's realistic.
Yes. Don't shut them
Yo,
down. Guide them into the right direction. Don't shut them down because that discourages them so much that they'll just stop doing everything and just feel like, oh, I could be a person that just like the corner boys. I'll just stay on the corner or I'll just go about just live my day. No, just help them, guide them to know exactly what's the next step that they should be doing to go in the right direction. Don't shut them down. I've had that happen to me so much when I was younger, and that's why I stopped my business at first, which I never should have. But I stopped my business at first because I had nobody to help me and push me into the right direction. Just everyone shutting down. Well, maybe you should stop. Maybe you shouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. No, don't shut down nobody like that. If you can't do it, that doesn't mean the next person can't.
how do you feel about parents that try to live their dreams through their kids?
I don't like that at all. You had your chance to do something. Don't live your dream through them. Let them be their own person. Every single person is here for their own experience. You shouldn't have to take your experience and throw it on your child. Not at all. I have four different children, and their experiences are so different from the ages of 1.5 all the way up to 15. Their experiences are so different that I can't treat them all the same. It has to be different. And you know your child, but I'm not gonna put what I want on them. I'm gonna let them be their own person and guide them to be their own person without having any kind of pushback.
These, these are some young kids I used to mentor on the basketball court. Now, now they out here just enjoying the weather. They don't have no mask on, so you know they know social distancing no more. I think I think they like 14 and 15 or whatever. But I like to see that, and it's funny because I have a son, right? He's not biologically mine, but that's my baby. I would
Uh-huh.
die for him, and I would live for him at the same time, if that makes sense to you.
No, it
So,
does.
um, I played basketball my whole life, right?
Mhm.
One day, my son comes out. I'm not a dancer. My son loves to dance. I'm like, where did he get this from? But I support it. Like, I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I get him hyped, and he does all these dances. Then he likes to play baseball, right? And I'm like, what is this kid thinking? Like, where's this coming from? Like, right? But I still support it. And I remember a few years back, I think it was like 2012. His mom, God bless her soul, actually cursed me out because he loved the game of baseball so much that we walked past a baseball field and he was like, I just want to run the bases. And I'm like,
Oh.
what? I'm like, what? Like, we don't have a bat, we don't have a ball, we don't have nothing. He's like, I just want to run the bases. I'm like, all right, come on, we go in there. And he goes to the home plate and he's like, pitch to me. And I'm like, okay, I get it because I walk around sometimes and I play with an invisible basketball. So I throw the fake pitch to him and he's like, strike. And then he's like, pitch again. And I pitch to him and he's like, home run. But for some reason, he loved the idea of sliding so much that he ran the bases after hitting an invisible home run that he slid into home plate. And his mom
Oh.
cursed me out because I would buy his clothes, but I wouldn't pay for his laundry. So I would go to spend $1,000 on clothes or whatever. And she's like, you don't pay for no clothes. I mean, you don't do no laundry. I'm like, you talking to me like that? And I was like, all right, cool. I went left and bought him like 15 outfits. I'm like, I'm not doing no laundry. Yeah, man. Like, you can't say nothing now,
That's
right?
funny.
But,
But that's helping
but
supporting his dream.
right, and it was funny to me. Like, even talking about it now, it just reminded me because I remember saying to myself one day, like, I want to play that game for him, even
Yeah.
though it is so uninteresting to me. But for him, it means so much to me that I would have to just learn the game. Like,
Yeah.
if I had it my way, he would be a basketball player, and I could have him around basketball players because I'm around the basketball players. But it's his
Yeah.
dream and not mine.
Yeah.
So tell us more about your business.
My business. Right now, how the I'm doing things. I just taking orders as they of course as they come, but I also promote it as doing like the little things that I do. I love making cups right now. That's like my thing. I love making cups and cakes. That seems to be the main thing that I've been making so far, and some T-shirts. But that's some of the things that I make. But I can make almost everything under the sun. Even if I don't know how to do it, I always find a way to learn how to do something. I think that there's always a way to learn. There's never uh um I'll say I can't even get the word out. I'll say that there's nothing that can stop me. There's nothing that can stop me from doing anything. We have YouTube University. There's always a way to learn something.
Right, YouTube University. Shout out to the
Yes.
new millenniums. You
Yeah.
millenniums out there, stop making up excuses.
For real. You can learn everything. You don't even have to go to school anymore because you can learn everything on there. And you gotta work to get the money to buy the supplies you need. But okay, once you get the supplies, you perfect your craft. You gotta do that when you're in school. Why not do that when you're out? If you gotta get a license for it, find out how you get the license. Pay for the license, get the license, and start working on it. Keep doing it
Right.
over and over. Research. We got Google. That Google has everything under the sun. When we was younger, we had to go to encyclopedias and phone books and stuff to ask people things or find somebody that we could go underneath and say, how do you do that? Now you just got to go on the computer and say, how to put whatever.
No,
Always
that's a
find,
fact.
you always gonna find a way to do something. So I find there's so much stuff that I have that I've found ways to do it on YouTube, and I perfected the crafts. I just love doing parties. I love making people's either dreams or um whatever they have planned, because some people have things planned for years. I love making it a reality. I love manifesting it for them.
It's,
I love the
it's crazy because
smiles. I love everything about it.
it's crazy because I'm a party promoter, right? And I like generally I do the clubs. So I'm I do support for support, right? I
Uh-huh.
don't know if I don't know if you're one of those Afrocentric uh um Black Panther women that just do everything natural, right? Like just everything natural. I throw on a little bit of makeup once in a while, but that's all you'll catch. But if you're not one of those women and you are into eyelashes or anything that has to do uh with um enhancement, let's just say enhancement, right? Beauty products. Um
Eyelashes on right now, so yes.
okay, so check it, right? Let's look, support for support. Big exchange is no robbery, right?
Mhm.
Um I don't have anything coming up right now, but I'm gonna make up an event just so that I can have you um do a party for me. Like I'm just gonna make something up just cause, right?
That's
And I'm
awesome.
I'm gonna spend my money with you, and I want you to spend your money with my woman, right? She has real mink eyelashes, right?
Oh, I'm always
So
looking for new eyelashes. I buy boxes of eyelashes, so I'm
and
with
she has,
it.
and guess what? I like your attitude because she got boxes to sell. Look, we doing this is good.
Oh, I could do that too. I'm like, oh, you see these eyelashes I got on? Yeah, this is where you buy it from. Yeah, I'm like that. I love
Yeah,
supporting black businesses also. If I see
I,
somebody that
me
I'm
too.
liking, I'm like, here, this is the here. I'll give out cards. I'll talk to other people. I'll give it to people that I know is going to talk to mad people or always talking. Like, yeah, I know this person that yes. I'm always doing that because I believe
That's
in reaping and sowing or law of attraction or whatever you put out, karma. I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly. Whatever you put out, you're going to get back, whether it's good or
I
bad.
mean, uh, I, I'm not here to object to that, but I believe in something different. But I was just saying, like yeah, because I, in some cases, I believe that bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people. You know what I'm saying? It's all according to what you enslave yourself to um and how you appropriate it. Because a lot of people misappropriate a lot of different things.
Yes,
So
that's still reaping and sowing to me, because it's
like
how you're thinking of, or however you're thinking is what you're gonna get back. If you kind of iffy with it, it's gonna come back iffy back to you.
right. Is it? I normally do this for like 2 or 3 minutes. I usually do it for 10, but you've been such a great host, guest. Might have to have you and your husband on here together or whatever. But
That would
that's
be
gonna be
awesome.
tough. 'Cause that'll be crazy because it'll be great because y'all are married, so y'all won. But it's gonna be crazy because I can ask your husband a question and it's gonna take him 10 minutes to answer it because he has so much to say.
He
You know what I'm
does,
saying? Like
yes.
that's my boy. That's
Yeah.
my that's my boy. But but so the eyelashes or whatever, I'm gonna bring them to you one of these days before I go to work. Elianza's collections on Instagram or whatever. I will hit you on Messenger so you can check it out. I'll give you the information or whatever.
Oh,
And
definitely. That would be awesome.
tell everybody how they can get in contact with you for your services.
Right now, I just made a new Instagram account. I'm working on Facebook. I'm not too keen with Facebook, but I have an Instagram account. It's Janai Specialties, JANISPECIALITIES. With the underscore on there because I can't get it off for some reason. But that's what I have for Instagram. You could DM me on there. You could. I'm just started, so I don't have all my pictures up. I have only a couple few pictures up there. But I have done a few parties just recently, and I'm gonna post some stuff up there. But that's how you could get in contact with me right now. Um, I'm small business. That's gonna be big.
Now that that's out the way, is there anything that you want to ask me? Because I didn't ask you a few questions. I got to know you. I like to give my viewers a chance to get to know me in a certain way through the questions asked by different people that are being interviewed by me. And everybody doesn't ask the same questions because everybody can't think.
I was about to say, ooh, I didn't think of questions to ask you, but um, I like that you have this radio show. This is awesome. Is this going to be on something that you do to promote just businesses, or just have it where you're interviewing, I'll say, the black culture to just find out different things that's going on
So
around, or like,
so what I do is the name of the show is Boss Talk or whatever. I don't only interview people that are entrepreneurs, future entrepreneurs. I interview people that have something to say. If you are a person that has something that's going to build transformation, I will interview you and we can talk. I can speak to anybody about anything. I don't do debates. I don't want to debate with nobody because a lot of people like to debate and they come from a place where they want to debate opinions. Opinions is changeable. I don't want to debate about your opinion. No, I don't even care about your opinion, that to be honest. I if we're gonna have a conversation, let's conversate about a fact, something that's gonna help someone else out, something that's gonna build because this is something that is about building. It's about branding. It's about what I'm saying, like networking. Um, and generally, I like to help people. So this is marketing and branding and enlightening.
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I like that. I'm gonna have to make sure that I keep up with you so I can see your different interviews.
When we get off of here, it's gonna go on YouTube in about 10 minutes or whatever, and I will
Okay.
send you the link. I will send you the link straight directly to here.
Oh, okay.
So I send it to you directly from here. You can share it to every one of your friends all of your customers, future customers. You can post it on your Instagram. Um, and you, if you decide to promote it, you can subscribe to it so you'll know every Tuesday at 5 o'clock. You'll be seeing a Boss Talk featuring BossedUp Staxx. And generally, what I can't do is I can't see people's comments. So I always tell people either hit me on Messenger or just text me directly if you have a question for whoever I'm interviewing or
Got it.
whatever. Um, whether it be for whatever, if somebody was looking to try to gain employment through you or your husband or you know what I'm saying, like I would want them to be able to either send me or you a message on Messenger, and we establish how to go about it from there. Because if I can see it, I'll ask the question. Today, I didn't get a chance to promote that she was gonna be on the show, so many people probably thought that it wasn't gonna be a show or whatever, and they didn't send their questions. Normally, it would, they ask silly questions at first, like, "Oh, actually, is she in a relationship?" That's why I just said it, just in case somebody would have came in or whatever.
Okay.
We we don't we don't need Mr. Angry Man going out there acting crazy, right?
Not at all. Not one bit.
Like,
No. No.
anything else you want to ask me? Cause I got about 5 more minutes left. I'm gonna let you promote
um.
and advertise where they can find you at one more time, so they can stay sharp in the people brain.
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything else really that I could think of right now. And watch me get off and be like, I should have asked this. But no, I don't have anything else to ask right now.
Well, I'm gonna say this: anybody that's looking to be interviewed, anybody that is looking to for branding, for marketing, um, to be interviewed for any reason, if you have something that people need to hear, that's actually worth listening to, or whatever, that's not gonna become a debate or whatever. I'm always down to interview you. If you need your interview promoted in advance, like with my sister Cicely, I didn't get a chance to get a picture um, or a brief bio from her, so she had to come on and state it or whatever. But for those of you that you're gonna know in advance, you can hit me up, BossedUp Staxx on Facebook. I am Previous Stacks on Instagram. Um, I got a lot of different things in my arsenal or whatever. I cut hair, I do different things, but this is not about me. So when it's time for your interview, I just need you to send me your picture. Give me a brief bio. I don't need a story because it's gonna take away from your interview. I just want you to say something light to the point and allow people to get to know you during the interview. And we're gonna have fun, we're gonna laugh, and we're gonna build. And I just gave you the 2 ways to get to know me. My sister is gonna get to give you the chance to get to know her through Instagram one more time, and that is gonna be our time for the day.
Yes, my Instagram is Janai Specialties. That's JANISPECIALITIES. I spelled it out because you're gonna look at it like what? And it's underscore. I forgot the underscore. But you can find me on there. My logo is a crown and it says Janai. That's just all you know it's me
So where's the underscore at?
at the end.
At the end. Don't forget
Yes.
that it's Janai underscore.
Janai
So
Specialties with the
oh
underscore
yeah,
at the end.
Janai specialties underscore at the end. Don't forget the underscore because you'll be following somebody else and mad because you can't get your decoration. So you can't get your cake.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? like,
They're like, what? I messaged her. Like, no, that's not me.
yeah, that's not me. No bueno. Um, but that's our time. Um, I wish you peace and prosperity, and real soon, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm gonna get you on Wayne together, and but separately. Y'all gotta be in two different places, and I'm gonna interview y'all. I don't,
That
I
would
don't
be
want y'all.
funny.
I don't want y'all in the same house. I don't want y'all in the same house, and you know what I'm saying? Like I want y'all to be him to be outside or in the car, You, you know, doing your thing, and the interview goes well from there. If y'all in the same house, it won't be like a round table thing. I like it for it to be a round table thing
Got
where
it.
y'all don't have
Got
to
it.
be, because I might ask a question that both of y'all can answer, but if y'all sitting next to each other, it'll be like, who goes first type of thing. Like,
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
my
That'll be
my
awesome. I'm excited to do that.
my co-host it looked like he chomping in. I hope he got something to say before we leave. Nah, he ain't chomping in. But be
No.
safe, have a good day, and I'm definitely gonna hit you up so that you can get the lashes.
Okay, great.
Have a good day, all right?
You too. Have a great day.
Yeah, yeah. Now we gonna tell them. Night in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? So no more. This man mind is open. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to the
motive
gritty
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.